Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Military Family Investing. All right, let's get into another one, the magic of remote work. All right, so you like my little guy there? He's actually a hockey puck, so I gave him a little remote control. So the magic of remote work, that's working from home. Best thing you can do, right? Or is it? All right, so yes, for 23 years, I've commuted back and forth. So I've been in the grind just like everybody else. I've been doing it. I'm 41 years old. Okay. Things have changed in the workforce, though. But the good thing about going into work is you have mentors, or you used to, right? So go grab the book. So I'm going to focus on the 220 books I have as PDFs first for the first, till probably till I get monetized. But I have another four, five, 600 articles that have Kindle books that I can focus on after that. But again, I want to make sure I'm offering value at first. So grab that book. Man, that's good. I like. Okay. So, what are some of the cons of going into the office? Dead time, meetings, email, right? So, a lot of times we're getting dragged into these meetings and things like that. And you used to come into a plan to the office with a plan that you need to provide, and you have your supervisor, you have your people, your employees underneath you, and hey, this is what I'm going to talk about. And then, hey, 08 meeting. All right. And then all your plans go somewhere else because there's a new struggle to jump on. Yada, yada, yada. Chaos, right? So the workplace is more chaotic. Nobody really knows what's going on. Everybody's kind of struggling. Okay, we used to offer deep training programs, but now since we don't know how long employees are going to stay, we lock the training behind a year or two of service, and then we want to train them up. Okay. The value of remote work for motivated workers. That means for good workers, for good employees, remote work is amazing. You have less people bothering you. You can focus on your mission set. Yeah, you still have meetings from time to time, but you can wake up early and start getting to work, right? Before you start getting emails at 9. You wake up at 6 and get your work done and stay ahead and focus, listen to your music, show up in your underwear, whatever it is. However, don't be fooled. Only 10 to 15% of employees will thrive in this work situation. All right. If you're a parent, how often do you have to tell your kids to do homework, wash the dishes, feed the dog, take out the trash, right? Most people never get out of that mindset. They need somebody to tell them what to do. It's human nature, right? That's why there's only X amount of leaders, right? X percentage of people are leaders. All right. So if you're one of those people that can create your own tasks and accomplish them, these are the same. That's all you really need to do to be a content creator, investor, real estate tycoon, entrepreneur, right? If I'm an investor and I say, hey, I want to find 5 good dividend stocks. Okay, here are the stocks I need to research: McDonald's, Procter Gamble, Alteria, AT&T, and let's say, man, I got so many different stocks. Let's say Ally Bank, right? And then I say, okay, Monday I want to do these one and this one, this one. So 5 days in a row I do this. This is what I want to research. I want to research their history, their prospects. I want to read a couple articles. All right. And then by Saturday, I want to make a buying decision on all 5 of them. If you can do that and then stick to your plan, you can become rich. That's it. That's all entrepreneurs do. Hey, I need to, I have a couple of plans, ideas. Let me put these ideas into my idea factory template, and it's going to help me decide if these are viable ideas. Okay, idea number 1, blah 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 blah. Idea number 2, okay. And then the next day, I'll evaluate all these ideas and then make a decision. Guys, that's what an entrepreneur does. Real estate, same thing. Let me check out these 3 houses. Let me run the numbers. Okay, let me look at my bank. Let me talk to my lender the next day. Content creator, same thing. Hey, every day I'm going to look at my article and I'm going to read it out loud. Got it. That's it. I would love to say that is that much harder, but it's not. If you suck at something, you come up with a plan to become better at it. You don't have to become great. Anyway, but I'm saying that the same, if you're a good remote from work or a remote worker, you can be a good anything in life. Okay. I call these the core values of passive income: self-discipline, self-education, self-motivation. All right. Now, here's where I start doing a little thinking ahead. I believe most highly skilled workers will shift to a consulting style freelancing persona. For instance, now that I can create book covers and I can write, not the best, but I said I can do it at an average level, right? But I can do a lot of things at an average level. Now I'm valuable to a different company. They're like, hey, we want to do a marketing campaign where we write 10 articles and release a book, and then we can have that book on our website. Can you write the 10 articles? Can you produce the book? Yes. Bam. And now they just toss me whatever money and I could do the whole thing. They don't need 20 people doing it. Right. So I think that's going to be what the new workforce is going to be. Why would you keep an employee full time nowadays? They're not hungry enough to work. Once you're proven and you've done the work for maybe 5 years and you work with the company and they hire you as a supervisor, yeah, cool. But why would they keep you? I mean, this world is not going to last as long, people. Where you go to work and people are just chilling and not doing anything and playing on their phone, it's not going to last. Just beware, right? I'll write back at this article. I'll reference this video later on. It's not going to last, right? It's too expensive to keep these people. They want full health benefits. They want 60 days paid vacation, whatever it is. It's too expensive, right? And they're not there when you need them. All right. So in the meantime, as you're doing remote work, keep tabs on your body of work, meaning what are you actually achieving? I'm not saying steal company secrets, but I'm saying is if you were able to create a project with 5 employees and build out a new PowerPoint, what did that PowerPoint do in terms of what did it present? What did it provide? Who was the recipient of the PowerPoint? Whatever. You want to be able to document what you bring to the table. Because what's happening is artificial intelligence is slowly taking over. Okay, so if you are not a producer, if you are not somebody who can gather multiple people, get them in the room and create new ideas, if you are just doing the mundane work, be prepared to be replaced. Be ready for it. Okay, me and my wife watched The Matrix. She wanted to watch it. She never watched it. I watched it back in 1999, a month before I joined the Marine Corps. All right, now in The Matrix, everybody's plugged in. And the funny in The Matrix, it says what? It says we created the perfect utopia world, but the humans weren't inside it. The humans weren't happy inside of it. We tried to make everything perfect. So we created this chaotic world and everybody fell in line. Meaning most people need to be controlled. You'll see that at work. Okay. So the people will get themselves in debt. They'll complain about their boss. They don't want to do anything, but they can solve all their own problems, but they don't want to. Okay. So remote work is just a start for you. As I said, if you can do well at remote work, there's nothing stopping you from growing that into whatever you want. Content creator, dividend investor, real estate investor, home business, crypto investor, whatever. If you're good at your job, become a consultant, whatever you're doing. If you love teaching from home, start a tutoring business. If you're good with numbers, become a dividend investor and then record what you're dividend investing and show your numbers. There's always a new dividend investor. People are very interested in dividends, right? So if you're good with numbers, if you're an accountant, if you know tax laws, if you spread those, get that information, get it out there. And we're in the information age. Get the information out there. Okay. Discipline. If you have the discipline, remote work is for you. But the good part about remote work is you'll create your office space, you create your timelines, right? And if you could just do what you do on the remote work days, say Monday through Friday, and you apply that same timeline to Saturday and Sunday, but for your own projects, that's 14, 16 hours a week that you're putting in on your own projects. And let me tell you, as somebody who has 600 books on Amazon, right? I've been doing this for 2 years. You can create a lot on your own time. I put about 4 hours a day into my business. All right. And the results are massive because it's all your time. And you only have to work on things that produce you income. I woke up today and somebody read 2,000 pages of one of my books. Okay. So that was a $9 payout. Right. Yeah, it's not a lot to you. Might not think it's a lot, but I already have a high paying job. My wife already has a high paying job. We have real rental income. I have dividend income. Okay. So when I wake up and I get an extra $9, it's exciting to me because I know next year is going to be $20 and the following year is going to be $50. Okay. But you got to put those things in motion now via discipline. Now, if you are a remote worker, there are some things that you'd be aware of. Okay. Drugs and alcohol because you're working by yourself. Okay. So most people, they think they want to be alone, but then they have a job and they're like, okay, when I leave my job, I want to be alone. Got it. So when you work at your job at home, you have no interaction with humans. I've seen a lot of people start drinking because you wake up. A lot of people can function for a little while with alcohol in their system. So you wake up at 8, have a beer or two, show up to a meeting. It's fun, it's cute, but then it becomes addictive because now you don't want to wake up. Now your job's ridiculous, right? That means you're not pushing yourself hard enough. If you have time to drink so much, you're not pushing something hard enough, okay? So just think about that. All right. If you have all this time, yeah, my dog is snoring over here. Okay, so remote work versus a job. Now, just don't take any remote work job just because you get to your home. All right, if you're doing data entry and stuff like that, you're still replaceable, and you're not going to have the time to parlay that into something else. All right, you need to be a manager, supervisor. You need to be presenting things, making PowerPoints, collaborating, consulting, whatever. Right? If you're just saying, okay, work from home, I'm going to push these spreadsheets. Got it. It might be a way to start, but you need to build yourself up to where you're actually making yourself into a valuable asset on the job and on your own. Okay. So the writing's on the wall for the corporate environment. 50 to 60% of people are wasting time. They shouldn't be there. Okay. The powers that be, whoever you think is out there controlling everybody, they've already gave us the tools of destruction. Cell phones, TikTok, and Netflix. Okay. So 80% of the people are going to be stuck there. They can't get past it. Okay. So, back in the day, it used to be music and stuff like that. But you can still operate while you listen to music. These things, TikTok, people are thinking that TikTok's going to be huge. It is, but it's not going to do what YouTube does. YouTube is not going to go away because the people that want the information that can sit through a 30 to 40-minute video and then read a book, they're always be the ones successful. That's why books haven't went away. Because the people who are getting ahead are reading books. Most people can't read a book, right? It's a trained process. So, TikTok, yeah, it's good for. I've watched TikTok maybe once, right? I don't need to learn something in a minute. There's nothing I can learn in a minute that's going to help me. Okay. So just be aware that those are the tools of destruction. Avoid them. Okay. Avoid excessive use of them. Okay. Now you have cell phones in your pocket, everything else. So you're going to be at home. Remote work is a stepping stone to a much bigger self-employment opportunities. This is your chance. Take it seriously. Do not just fumble the bag. I have a book called Fumble the Bag. Please download it. It's funny. I just think it's a funny thing. Fumble the bag. You're at home. You're working hours. You're 80% of it is your productive time. You're learning how to do taskers. Now all you have to do is wake up, give yourself a tasker, hold yourself accountable, and you can become rich. That's it. There is nothing more to it. Read a book, get started, help other people, and hold yourself accountable at your job and at your passive income goal. And you'll get there. All right. So remember, stay in shape, right? Walk, run, eat healthy, stay motivated, right? Create your own taskers, but also create taskers for work, create taskers for yourself. Okay. If you want to learn a new trade, document yourself learning a new trade, a new skill set, working on cars, woodworking, painting houses, do it yourself projects around the house, create an office, document everything, just put it up there, start a blog, $150 a year, and just start putting everything up there. You'll gain a following if you're consistent. Okay, so now is the time to separate yourself from the lazy workers. Don't become a lazy worker. Stay off your phone. Come to work motivated. Yes, nobody wants to be there. Got it. But you still have to be inside the top 10% of workers. Okay, the rest of us, the rest of everybody else, trust me, it's not going to be pretty. As AI and the metaverse and all this stuff starts coming out, it's not going to be pretty. Separate yourself, get to work. But if you're listening to this, chances are you're going to be in the top 10% of workers. Okay. So with that being said, download the book. Man, it's a good looking book. Download the book or buy the paperback. Because think about it, it looks so cool on the desk, man. That's the best thing. It's so cool on the desk. You could toss it to somebody. They could read it in one night, give it back to you. Man, it's amazing. It's amazing. And you can create stuff too, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, on to the next one, guys. Thanks.